What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Orozco Body and Mind podcast. I'm your host, Chris Orozco. We are in May. We are already a third of the way into 2026. I mean, it's actually crazy how fast time is flying, and it's crazy how each week just seems to go faster and faster in the months and the years, but that's part of life. And so today I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about the courage it takes to walk the path of personal growth, and what it takes to really become, your best self, and the discipline it takes, the attitude we have to have, the constant work that needs to be done. When we walk this path of personal growth, right? There's a lot of people that maybe aren't going to understand you. There's relationships that start to fall off, friendships that start to fall off. You literally start becoming somebody different. And for some people, that's scary. For some people, they might get inspired by you, but some people, it moves them in a difficult way. And, if you're changing constantly, right, in a positive way, some people get insecure by your changes because they see that they need to work on themselves as well. And when you take the first step, when you decide, make that decision to be your best self, a lot of things start changing. A lot of things become different, and you have to continue to just put one foot in front of the other and know that it's for your best good. Once we start adding positive habits into our life, once we start deleting our negative habits, once we start growing internally, once we start, building a better life for ourselves, living a healthier lifestyle, then, a lot of these relationships that we're used to, maybe from when we were young, maybe from, the moment, maybe it was relationships later on, everything starts changing. But it is all for your greatest good, and it's so worth it. Some people, you know, go into this personal growth journey and it scares them, and then they go back to their old ways. You have to keep staying consistent. You have to keep working on yourself. You have to just become the best version of yourself. And once you do that, you start attracting the right situations. You start attracting the right friendships, the right relationships. You start attracting more health, more abundance, more love, more great values. You start becoming a whole new you. And it's not gonna be, a lot of people aren't gonna like it. It's, you start getting jealousy, you start getting envious, but you have to continue to walk on the road. You have to continue to stay positive and wake up and just keep doing the work. And it's not just for, the journey is not just for a week, it's not just for a month, it's not for a year, it's not even for 5 years, it's for the rest of our lives. We have to continue to add more positive things, to lead more positive things, reviewing and reflecting our lives every day. We have to see what we can do health wise. We have to see what we can do for our bodies, what we can do for our mental health. We have to see, we have to just continue. I mean, there's so much work to do, and it's not for everybody because some people are lazy and they realize that, they don't want to do the work, and that's okay. But if you're somebody who is inspired to make a change in your life, if you're inspired to change maybe your family's life with the way you conduct yourself, it's a long journey, and it's a lot of work, but it starts with taking a single step. They say that a journey of 1,000 miles starts just by one step, and you got to just continue every day, continue. And sometimes you're going to have setbacks, sometimes you're going to have times where maybe you're tired or maybe you're undisciplined, or maybe you're going through something, right? Life is not linear. There's ups, there's downs, but you have to stay consistently on track. And those days where you feel sick, where you feel motivated, where you feel like you don't have it in you, you have to remember your why and why you started this journey, why you decided to become the best version of yourself. And on those days, like I said, when we struggle, when maybe it's not the best, we don't feel the best, or we're going through things, or we're going through a tough time, you have to remember your why. And that pushes you, that gives you that confidence, and that gives you that ability to continue to take steps forward. And sometimes we are going to take steps back. We're not perfect. We're not machines. Sometimes you need a rest day, and that's okay. Sometimes you need to slow down a little bit, and that's okay. As long as we're progressively moving forward and we're continuing to better ourselves each and every day. And the cool thing that I've seen from my life, for me to from the experience that I've had when I started this personal growth journey in 2023, is the right people will come into your life. The right people will get inspired. You'll be able to inspire your friends, and you'll be able to inspire your family. And with the changes that you've been able to make, you'll see that life just starts becoming better. You wake up more inspired, with more creativity. You wake up ready to start the day with gratitude, with love, and continue to do the right things every day. I always tell myself, how can I be impeccable today? How can I be the best version of myself? And it starts with waking up with gratitude, waking up and just feeling the thankfulness for life. As soon as we get up, we should be thankful that the universe, that God gave us another day to continue the journey. And you have to remember that love, right? I always try to remember, when I wake up each morning, a memory where I felt the most intense love in my life. And I have this memory from when I was like 3 years old, and my mom was carrying me, and she was laughing, and she gave me so much love. And she was, we were just looking in each other's eyes. And that's the memory I try to remember each morning. And if I can remember that throughout the day, that feeling throughout the day, in how I interact with others, in how I go through different situations, coming from a place of love each time, and being in service to humanity, that's also important, right? Like, being in service to others. How can we help others? We're all brothers and sisters in this universe, in this world. And sometimes we don't realize that we should be loving people in general. We should inspire others to be better. We should take care of people who need it. It's not, sometimes we make it all about us. Sometimes we want things. We want we want materialistic things. We want all these things. We want more money. We want everything. But why can't we be unselfish and think about other people for a second? Why can't we, look at others with sympathy, with compassion? Why do we think that, we're better than others? We shouldn't have that attitude. We should all realize that we're all human. We're all here to learn. We're all here to be the best versions of ourselves. We're all here to try our best. And life is already hard enough. We can't walk around with that attitude, with that ego that's leading the way, that, we think we're better because we do this and this, and we have more money. And it's like, I've always remember what one of my, I forgot who said it, but this guy who was really, I think it was Shaquille O'Neal. He said, actually, I don't remember for sure, but it was an athlete, and he said that you should treat the janitors, right? Somebody who maybe doesn't have as much, or somebody who, is any like a janitor or anyone who's struggling. We should treat them the same as the CEO of a company. That's kind of respect we want to have for everybody. That's the kind of attitude we want to have for everybody. It doesn't matter what title you have, what you do for work, what you've accomplished, what all these things that you've done with yourself. It's about helping people. It's about having that egoless mentality where we just inspire others, we just help others, we become we become our literally our true selves. And we've struggled with that, we've gotten away with that. So it's not easy. There's days where sometimes our ego will say, we need to do this, that, and the other, or we're this and that and the other. But our true being, our true heart, is compassion, is love. There's only one law in the universe, and that everybody should go by, and that is the law of love, the frequency of love. And if we're working from the love, from that love, right? If we're all working from our true being, our heart, we can do things and become exceptional human beings. We can literally do incredible things in this world, but we have to work from that frequency, from that law. We can't let other things get in the way, our own mind. We can't let our ego, we can't let situations or things. We have to remember our true being, which is love, which is the best versions of ourselves. So this path that we're on, it's not for everybody. This path is for individual people who want to do the work. We're distracted pretty much, excuse me, we're distracted throughout life. I mean, there's so many distractions. There's so many things that our mind will, go to, and we're distracted with different things. We're distracted. I mean, I can go over a million things that we're distracted with, but if we focus, if we concentrate, if we're willing to put the work, if we're willing to go the distance, and if we're willing to make changes in our life, it takes a lot of courage to take it to make a change, especially knowing that we suffer. All of us are suffering from something. All of us are struggling with something, and we sometimes do it to ourselves. We don't realize it, with the habits that we have, with our mentality, with our way of thinking. We're literally suffering, and we know we are, and we still do the things we don't need to do. But we have to face ourselves, face our true selves, and understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is healing to do. There is more things we can accomplish if we become our best selves. In this life, we come by ourselves, we leave by ourselves, and the work that we do in this life will determine what the next life is going to be like. And we have to continue on the path. We have to put one foot in front of the other. We have to continue being great. For me, it really I've had some really, really dark times and moments where, I mean, I can go over. I mean, I've been really depressed, really just seeing a lot of darkness, really waking up with no motivation, no inspiration to do any sort of exercise, really no willingness to be better. I've destroyed my body. I've had negative and really bad thoughts. I've had suicidal thoughts. I've drank. I've smoked. I didn't treat my body, my mind, like with self-love and self-respect. See, if we treat ourselves with self-love, which is really all the love we need. Self-love is everything. If we, continue to love ourselves and we're not going to do these habits because we're too valuable for the world. We're too valuable to ourselves. And if we don't have self-love and we're not taking care of ourselves, then we're not going to make progress, and we're not going to make things change. See, we need to change before our lives could change. Our internal world, how we feel inside, needs to change before the external world could change. If we don't put in the work in our internal world, then how are we going to, do things? How are we going to have things externally? It doesn't work like that. We have to continue to pour into our internal world, seeing what bothers us, seeing what kind of negative thoughts we have, healing our wounds, healing ourselves. I've said this before, that an arrow, right? Before it goes forward, you have to push it back and then it propels forward. Same thing, right? With our internal world. We have to heal. We have to go to past memories and see what we've been through, analyzing ourselves, looking at what things we've had to go through in the past. And so it's not easy for some people to do that. I mean, we've had some really dark moments in our lives, but if you have the courage, if you have the ability to do that, if you have the ability to heal yourself, past wounds, memories, situations that you've gone through, and you're willing to face them, and not everybody could do that. It's a different type of level. But if you're, this is why meditation is big. If you meditate, if you sit down and you observe your own thoughts, why you have certain way of thinking, why certain things bother you, are all our defects, right? If we observe them, if we accept them, and if we're able to move forward, I mean, we could heal literally generations of our family tree who have been wounded, who have been, just discouraged, or who've been through a lot. And then we're able to heal future generations, your kids, your grandkids. They don't have to have the life you had. They don't have to experience the things we've been through. And that's how we heal, and that's how we become the best versions of ourselves. So it takes a lot of growth. It takes the right mindset. But I can tell you right now, from doing the work, and like I said, I just started, it feels really good. And if you do things the right way every day, if you have discipline, if you continue to work on your habits and make them healthier, if you walk the right path, it takes a lot of courage, but it's 100% worth it. So, guys, I hope I gave you some inspiration, some motivation. Like I said, we are already in May. We are a third of the way into the year, and we're a third of the way into 2026. I mean, it's crazy. So, if you've been the best version of yourself this year, continue to do so. Continue to be great. If you're struggling, the year's not over. You can still turn it around. You can still find your purpose. You can still walk the right path. And I just want to be in service to you guys and whoever watches this, because I understand that I've been through some really dark moments, and I want others to be the best versions of themselves. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and continue to put in the work. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, and also, we're definitely going to have some guests on the show, some of my friends, some new people. We're going to talk about personal growth, some experiences that maybe some dark experiences people have been through and have found their way out to become, better. And, just trying to add some inspiration, try to add some motivation. And, like I said, it's only the start of something great. And, the goal, the Orozco Body and Mind brand, is to, help people become their best selves by changing habits, by improving their mindset, by staying disciplined, by finding confidence. As long as the body and the mind are aligned, we can become our best self and find purpose in this life. Thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.